that time of the week again where we get to talk about brand new VR games coming out this week, games coming out next week, and of course some of that friggin' juicy VR gaming news. But before we dive into the video, I would like to ask you one simple favour. Could you just take 2 seconds of your time to smash that like button if you enjoy this video, and of course subscribe if you are new, and I would massively appreciate that. Or if you're watching these videos unsubscribed every single week, come on, I see you, subscribe. It helps me out and I would appreciate it very much. Now let's dive into new VR games this week. Kicking things off this week, we have Ori and Drift, and this is a brand new game by the developers that made, well, Gorilla Tag. Now, this is supposed to have a little bit of a touch of course, the Gorilla Tag vibe. I mean, it's going to have that movement and all that sort of stuff, but it's also got a bit of a touch of the Echo Arena about it. I mean, it's got a ton going on in this game, honestly. It looks like a really fun one. Of course, it's free to play as well. I haven't had a chance to actually dive in and experience this for myself, but what I've seen of it so far, it looks really interesting. So if any of you have been playing this regularly, let me know in the comments down below. Is this good, bad? Is it going to be bigger than Gorilla Tag? I'd love to know. Next up, we have Farming Simulator. Well, that comes out actually today, the same day as I dropped this video. So I haven't been able to play that yet. I didn't get a code for that. I mean, I can't say I'm absolutely sad about it because, well, honestly, it's not my style of game whatsoever. So I just kind of hadn't sought out getting a code for this. But nonetheless, it's dropping today. So if you're hyped about that game, I mean, hey, get your farm on, son, and simulate the hell out of that and enjoy yourself. But for real, of course, though, this is that full fat sort of flat game coming over to be sort of VRified in a very new, fresh way, and then of course bringing that game to life in virtual reality. Regardless whether I think it's cool or not, I think this is a really good experience for people that really love that game, and I know that it's a absolute ton of people that really do. So props to you. I'm happy for you because now you get to experience this in virtual reality, which is really the best way to experience any game. And last but not least, we have Detective VR that dropped this week as well, and this is a mixed reality and hand tracking game that really seems to have done pretty damn well. Now, I have jumped in and I did try this one for a brief period of time. I think about an hour and a half I spent inside of this game, and I really enjoyed my time. This was pretty damn cleverly done, so it felt good and intuitive to be able to use your hands as the controller input. On top of that, it felt really good to have this mixed reality overlay going on. I have a relatively small room for my size, so it actually works pretty good inside this smaller room. So props to them for making a decent game. I think if you like something that's a bit noir and detective-y, then this is going to be right up your street. So freaking props to them. If you're looking for that kind of game, go and play this game. It's pretty dope. VR gaming news. Now, of course, this is my absolute favourite part of the show. I say it every week, but goddamn, getting into the freaking juicy VR gaming news, this is where it is at. And this week is no exception when it comes to that stuff. Kicking this all off, we finally got an announcement date for Wanderer Fragments of Fate. Oh my god, I'm so freaking excited about this. It's going to be coming out on March 27th, and this is an official date now. They're not going to move it again. This is actually it. It's coming to Quest, PSVR 2 and PCVR March 27th. Now, if you're unaware of what this game is, genuinely, it's probably going to be the next big AAA-ish type game to be able to come out and play. The experience of this already when they released this the first time round was freaking incredible. Now, they've taken it back to the drawing board, they've reimagined the entire game, and they've brought it back bigger and stronger, and it's maybe the first time this has ever happened in virtual reality, so I'm pretty damn excited. This is like fully remastered, re-engineered and reimagined, so I am super excited to jump into this time-traveling puzzler epic adventure. Oh my god. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel. I have been speaking with developers about this, and I am very excited for what they have been working on and really getting ready for us to enjoy. This is probably going to be the one that you need to save up your money for this month. Next up, we have Mannequin. Now, Mannequin is a game that came out quite a while back, and it was originally a paid game, but now it has gone free to play. So sorry to anyone who paid money for this game. Hopefully you get some sort of cosmetic reward for the fact that you actually put money into this. But regardless, this has now gone into free to play mode, which means everyone can experience it. This is kind of like a hide and seek-esque game where you're going to either play as like the investigators going into the alien headquarters, and the other team's going to be playing as aliens, and they can, well, turn themselves into mannequins. Everyone is frozen up there that isn't an agent that's active, or of course an alien, so it's about sort of hide and seek and really not getting detected. Pretty fun game, to be honest with you. Nothing really groundbreaking, if I'm being completely honest, but of course, you know, it's interesting, and now it's free to play. I feel like it has a bit of a chance to actually succeed over being paid. This game probably never should have been a paid game. Now, exciting news time. Gorn 2 is making its way out later this year. There was a demo that was handed out to a bunch of people. I'm not sure if that demo has been made widely available or not, but either way, regardless, Gorn 2 is coming. I had the chance to jump in and experience it for myself. Honestly, it's really fun. It's more of the exact same thing, of course, because it would be weird if it wasn't. But this time around, they've changed up the story. You're actually going to be playing in a very different way. It's no longer like the Greek pit. Now you're living in this Unga Bunga type village where they're going to eat you if you don't do good. So it's really fun. I mean, like I say, it's more of the same thing. If you've played Gorn, well, then this is that again, but with, you know, a little bit more fun interaction. I played personally on a quest. It looked pretty damn good for a quest game, as Gorn 1 did. So yeah, good fun all round. If you want to get brutal, get crazy, and do it in a very sort of slapstick way, then this is going to be it for you. Next up, to celebrate being Game of the Year, Batman Arkham Shadows has done a huge update. So if you already own this game, this is going to be very freaking exciting for you. And I know a ton of you own this game because, well, I mean, it made it to Game of the Year at the end of the day for a very good reason. And I'm damn excited to announce that it has a bunch of new game modes been added to the game. We now have things like, there's been 3 new maps added to the Predator mode, which is going to enhance sort of like, you know, that game mode. They're all inspired by the older games. There's extreme difficulty. There's now a new nightmare mode. There's a I Am the Night mode, as well as a ton of bug fixes. So this is just a reason to be able to jump back into the game and re-experience it again. Short news on that one, but just still pretty cool if you own that game and you're just looking for something to enjoy again. Next up, we have Silent North making its way out in March as well. This was just announced it's coming to the Quest and the PCVR scene. I'm pretty damn excited about this one. It's pretty much like a 7 Days to Die but in virtual reality. There's some really cool elements to this. I have tried this one out myself, and I've got to say I did enjoy it. It was very early though when I did try it, so I can't really speak to what it's like currently, but there's some cool mechanics in there. Stuff like if you die, your body will reanimate as a zombie with your backpack on it, and you're going to have to go and find yourself and kill yourself, and then of course get your backpack and retrieve all your items back. I think that's a very cool mechanic, as well as obviously like all the other cool mechanics that this game has. It seems like it's going to be a really fun one. Next up, Pavlov also got a big update this week with a brand new map, which I think is pretty freaking exciting. We got the brand new Plaza Central, as well as a new weapon cosmetics and a new mod selector in the lobbies, making it even easier for you to get in and enjoy these games. Genuinely, really good move on their behalf. Pavlov has been quite quiet for a while now, so it's nice to see that they're still working on things since their big release. And well, fingers crossed we're going to keep seeing more stuff coming to the game over time. Coming up next week. Now, going into the coming up next week section, we have 2 games here, but one of them I just didn't know was actually happening. I'm pretty excited about this. Correct me if I'm wrong, I just didn't know that this was going down until I literally researched today's video, and that is the fact that Flight Simulator 2025 is coming to the PSVR 2. Now, of course, this is like the big dog that Microsoft own, so I'm fairly surprised that this is actually making its way to PlayStation, but it's great news, and for someone like me who doesn't have the all singing, all dancing PC, this is going to be a really fun way for me to be able to dive in and experience this game that I've seen other people play on their like freaking 4090s to get it running, so I'm very intrigued to see how it's going to run on a PSVR 2. And not only that, like, you know, is it going to have the power to run it? Well, regardless, this comes out next week, so I'm very interested to dive into this and try it out for myself. Pretty hyped to give it a go. Let me know if you're excited about this in the comments down there as well. And last but not least, we have Lovesick, which is a brand new game coming out to Quest next week. This is a pretty weird game, if I'm being honest with you. It's very artsy, but nonetheless, it looks interesting to someone, I'm sure. In this, you're going to be playing as a band, and I believe they get taken into an alternate dimension. You're going to be trying to get them back. It gets a bit weird, gets a bit freaky. Yeah, very artsy. Not particularly my type of game, I've got to be honest with you, but nonetheless, I wanted to announce it just so that you guys know it's coming. If you're excited for this, let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, guys and girls, that is going to do it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Like I said at the beginning, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you are new. It really does help me sort of like get towards that 100k that I would love to see happen this year. Other than that though, guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.